Hello English 102 students, this is your professor Michael Bloomingberg, and this video is designed to walk you through the week 3 coursework. And as you can see, I am on Blackboard, and the first place that I'm going to start is the first place where you always want to start, which is the course content folder. Remember again that the course content folder will have the new week's work posted every Monday, and so this is where you're going to find your assignments for the week. So we're going to go ahead and click on the week 3 folder. Okay. Now that we've clicked on the week 3 folder, you can see that there are some different folders listed. I organized this week according to folders just to try to simplify and keep things as organized as possible for you. But I'm going to start with the week 3 assignment sheet, and that's always the best place to start so we can get a listing and an understanding of the kind of things that you're going to be asked to do. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up as a Word document, and I'm also going to enable a pen in case I need to point anything out to you. Okay. So week 3, January 23rd through the 29th. The first thing you'll see listed is the readings, and that's always the best place to begin each week is to get your readings. Read these through slowly, annotate, take some notes, and I think you'll find that easier to manage the rest of the coursework when you do that. The first thing that you'll see is analyzing written arguments. And you will actually see that listed along with the page numbers 58 through 80. You'll note that. And that again is in the Good Reasons with Contemporary Arguments book. I've also put some notes that PowerPoint, as a matter of fact, that maybe you'll find helpful. We'll try to take a look at that briefly in just a few minutes. There's also an assignment sheet for the analytical argumentative paper that you're going to be asked to write. And there's a draft plan as well. But please note that these items, and I'm going to try to make a little arrow, they're not, kind of hard to write with this pen, but they're not due this week. Although with the draft plan, it might be a good idea to get a jump start on that, and I think you'll find it helpful. But they're not due this week. The draft plan's due next week, and the analytical argumentative paper, which is your first paper, will be due the following week. So they're there in case you want to get a jump start on those papers and the draft plan. And the Blackboard discussion assignment topic this week relates to your reading, which is analyzing written arguments. And again, just make sure to note your deadline. It's very typical with what we've been doing, which is Sunday, January 29th by midnight, so very much in the tradition of the last couple of weeks. So now that you have an understanding of what you need to do this week, again starting with the readings, but we're going to go back to the week 3 folder. One more click should get me back. And take a look at the notes, and in this case it's the PowerPoint that I put together for you. We'll go ahead and open that up, and I won't go over all of that with you. I know that you are capable of reading it, but the biggest thing is I just put a highlight of a lot of the things from chapter 6 that I think that you'll find helpful. Starting with the rhetorical analysis and giving you some information from the book on that. And also leading into Aristotle, and although I don't think Aristotle's referenced directly in the reading, if he is, it's just kind of at a glance, but he is actually the one responsible for putting together logos, ethos, and pathos. So I did feel it necessary to give you a little information about Aristotle, so as you go through you'll find some info there. Also some info on logos, pathos, ethos, and steps to writing a rhetorical analysis, again going from the book. This will really help you get centered in terms of the first paper in the draft plan, so I think you'll find it helpful. But feel free to look at those notes more closely independently when you have more time to look. For the purposes of this video, though, I'm going to go ahead and move forward here. And whoops, I think I might have got a little click happy there, so I'm going to go back to the week 3 folder. Sorry about that. And take a look at the actual assignment very quickly. Go ahead and pull that up as a Word document. That enable editing, and once again, just making sure if I need to make notes, I'll put the pen in play. But the biggest thing to note is just a few things. First of all, you'll see I'm just going to make a note above. It's a 3-page paper, so you want to keep in mind the length requirement for your rhetorical analysis. And you are actually choosing an article from the privacy section that you read last week. So it doesn't matter to me which of those articles you choose, but just choose one that you find most helpful, and I think, or maybe that you found most relatable, and I think that that'll be the best way to do that. But in order to be successful, I just put that it has to be 3 pages to follow the classroom writing guidelines, which I've listed for you, and adhere to standard written English, so making sure that your use of proper grammar, mechanics, punctuation, and spelling are all in check. And then please note your due dates, and they're listed here. The first one that I'm marking right there is for the draft plan, and this should be done to help you begin the writing process. And it does need to be submitted. It is an assignment, in other words, just so you're clear. And then the actual paper itself is due Sunday, February 12th by midnight. So still a little more than a couple of weeks out before the rhetorical analysis is due. All right, so we want to save that. And we'll go back to the week 3 folder. Take a look at that draft plan. I'll pull it up as a Word document. And the best way to do with this draft plan is to use the Word document. I just put the PDF file up there just in case you need it, but the best thing to do is just type your responses into the draft plan. So where it says name, for example, just put your name. I didn't enable my pen there, so let me do that. So again, there, just put your name. And then again, just typing in. First thing is just you might want to include in the what is your selected author's main argument the author's name and title there. And then further down, use the space below to note biographical information regarding your author. Include information you will use to establish how your author's background has influenced his or her point of view. What are some key points that you have identified from the selected article? How can you organize the main ideas from each paragraph or section? And what does the author do to make his or her argument stand out? And then the last block is who is the audience and how does the author show an awareness of audience? Does he or she give information to show a counter argument? So again, the best way to do this is simply to write in the box. Okay? So just type out your responses there, and I'm not going to actually save that. So I think the only other thing we need to look at for this week is just the discussion board. And I did not put a direct link into your folder this week, but you can, of course, always find it in the corner in the blue box. So you just click on the discussion board. And the very top one is your assignment. So it says, please make sure you have read Analyzing Written Arguments before you complete the assignment. Once you've completed the reading, please respond to the following. In your own words, what is a rhetorical analysis? What is your opinion of Jordan's argument? You're going to find more information about Jordan and that argument in the reading for this week. Do you believe Jordan accurately and precisely uses logos, ethos, and pathos to construct the argument? Explain. And note your deadline again is very typical of what we've done the last couple of weeks, which is 11:59 p.m. Sunday, January 29th. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can always email me. And again, you just have the one discussion board assignment this week, but I do think it's imperative that you begin work on the draft plan and really going through your selected article from the privacy section. But I'm here if you need help, just shoot me a message. But good luck, and look forward to seeing your postings in the discussion board this week. Bye bye.